Can you able to hear me? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you able to hear me? Can anyone can respond? Can you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. So sorry for the delay of 20 minutes. There are some issue in the link. Okay. So this class is up to how much time?
8:30, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So myself, Dr. Srinivasan, I am working in robotics and automation group, and in this class I am going to cover on the topic on reinforcement learning. Actually, the thing is that before going to reinforcement learning, there is a strong. I feel that there is a strong introduction is required for machine learning. So before moving to the reinforcement learning, okay. So I am sharing some slide. So from there we can see one by one examples. Are you people able to see my slides?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you please tell me what you are seeing?
Slide number
A
2.
stone scissor paper.
Yeah, it's on machine learning, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So in your syllabus there is a topic called reinforcement learning, which is a branch of machine learning. So I will just give a brief introduction on machine learning before going to the reinforcement learning. Okay. So the machine learning, we all know that it's a upcoming area where presently AI and machine learning and deep learning are a buzzwords, which we are everywhere. You people can hear machine learning. So this I will start with a small example, like in our in our home, kids will play paper stone, paper and scissors. So stone means they will close the hand, and scissor means like a scissor they will try to sew the hand, and the paper means they will completely open the hand. So see, now one kid is playing with other kid. What we want to do is that I want to play with the computer. So I want computer to understand what I am playing, and computer have to react according to it. So what I have to do is that for that I have to tell the computer, see, when I close the hand, that means stone. When I sew the hand like a scissor, that means scissor. And when I open the hand, that means paper. So I have to train the computer. I have to tell the computer. For example, a small kid, when it started playing first time, uh, so you are able to see, right, slides, please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So what we have to do, stone means I have to have some images or a pictures which is showcasing like a stone, and scissor means scissor kind of a picture which is telling this is a scissor and which is paper. So what I will do, I will collect lot of pictures from the to train my computer, to tell my computer, See, that can be a one hand can be a foreigner who is he's a white guy. Yeah, another foreigner may be a foreign guy, maybe a Negro. So means that what I am trying to tell is that hand color or a texture will be different of, you can see in this slide. It a different color of the hand. We have to train the computer to tell the computer this means stones, this means paper, this means scissor. See. So this gum will be trained. If I want to write a normal, if I want to, if this game I want to play with the computer, if I want to write a normal computer program like in the either C program or C++ program, we have to write thousands of lines of code. Still, we cannot achieve proper result. So to overcome this kind of situation, or we are going to the machine learning paradigm. From the normal traditional programming paradigm, we are moving towards the machine learning paradigm. Okay. In traditional programming, what normally we will do is that there are some rules, there are some data. For example, if I want to perform a LCD of or LCD of an LCD of least common divisor, if I want to find, I have to give a data and I have to write my own rule to find out LCD of a given number in a traditional programming way. And in machine learning way, what we will do is that it's really little opposite. We will give the data and we will give the answers, and the rules will come out of machine learning. That means, for example, we will take another example. I have a lot of images of apple and orange. I want to train my machine learning model. Apple means in red in color, the shape of apple, maybe color, texture, shape, and orientation. These things, this data I will give, color data I will give, shape data I will give, texture data I will give, and I will tell my computer if this kind of data belongs to apple. And for example, if I want to train for orange, I will give some same data like a color of orange and shape of orange, texture of orange. Like something went wrong here. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sorry, there is an internet issue, I think. Okay, I am again sharing. Yeah? Okay. So, can you able to see my slides?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we are in the slide that where I am explaining what is traditional programming and what is machine learning. So in traditional programming, we will be giving input as rules and data, and the answers will be the output. But in the machine learning, normally what we will give is that we will give the data and we will give the answer. The output will be the rule. So we are seeing the example of apple and orange. What normally consider there are three data I am giving, and I am giving answer as apple. For example, I am giving color, texture, and shape. So these three parameter belongs to apple. Like this, I will give some thousands of samples, thousands of apple samples. I will give data, and I will give the answer also to machine learning program, and I will take it. I will train it. Similarly, thousands of orange images, that means orange data, plus answers, that means these parameter belongs to orange. I will give to a machine learning model. This model will be trained. Once this model is trained, what we will do is that we will take a image or a picture of an apple. We will show in front, or we can say apple will be shown in front of a camera, computer camera. It is taking the picture of apple, and that apple will go to our program. Inside the program, it will take those features like color, texture, and shape. The machine learning model will tell it is either apple or an orange. Okay, so this kind of models are called as supervised machine learning models. Supervised learning, unsupervised learning, then the last one is reinforcement learning. So we should know, before going to reinforcement learning, we should know what is supervised learning, what is unsupervised learning. So let us see let us continue with the stone, pepper, scissor example. See, for example, see, you can see here data and label. So data is like a kind of a binary code, means, and our label is like a stone or a rock. They are telling is a rock or a stone. And another one is similarly the data will be, at the end of the day, data will be in the binary form, but the data can be a feature. For example, color, texture, shape, and height, with lot of parameters based on our application we can take. So here you can see, so this is how we will label it. For example, if I want to differentiate between three fruits, apple, orange, and banana, I will give a color of an apple. I will tell if this color means apple, color parameter, this color means orange, this color means banana, this shape means apple. Like that, I will train my model. Once the model is trained, for example, we are something like a machine learning is like a, if you ask me a layman parameter, I have a 2-year kid, I am showing an apple and I am telling apple means round in color, red color, round in shape, and banana means blue in color, it will be little long. So like that, I will train my kid. After training, what I will do, I will test. I will show one apple. I will ask the kid, what is this? Is apple or banana? Similarly, same kind of thing we are trying to replicate in a computer. If in a layman terminology, a machine learning is like this only. We will be training our machine like a human by lot of parameter, lot of inputs. Okay. Next is, we can see, okay, that example also I am having. You can see in a machine learning paradigm, there are 3 types of machine learning paradigm is there. One is supervised learning, second one is unsupervised learning, and third one is, which is in your syllabus, that is reinforcement learning. So supervised learning is a learning. The training data is a labeled training data we will use. A labeled training data we will use, that is called as supervised learning. A data will be labeled for training, which is called as supervised learning. In unsupervised learning, a non-labeled training data will be used. We will not be going to give any labeled information. The machine itself will understand. That is called as some clustering kind of thing. Machine itself will understand from the given input. And third one is a reinforcement learning. What is it? Means that machine learns on its own. Machine learns on its own, and for example, we have trained something, some and in based on our experience. Oh, okay, this may be wrong. I have to change my whatever I thought it may be wrong. I have to retune my understanding. So something like that. Reinforcement learning is that it's a kind of an adaptive learning. We will tune our parameter, or we will change our parameter or our thinking based on the experience. So that is called as reinforcement learning. A lot of real-time applications are based on reinforcement learning. Okay. Are you people are able to understand, or should I go very slow, or is it okay?
Is it okay, sir?
Okay, sir.
Okay. No, sorry. Can you? How many students are there? Please let us have one introduction. I just want to know you are all from which background, so that. Can you please introduce? I started the class without, because of delay. I started my class. So please introduce yourself. You please tell your name and background and what you are doing. Background means your branch. Can one person can start, one by one, please start.
Hello, sir. Sir, my name is Uppuluri Meena Manogna. My branch is manufacturing engineering.
Okay. Okay. BE manufacturing.
Yes, sir, BE manufacturing.
Okay. Okay. No,
Hello,
no. I
sir.
am asking previous degree. So what is your previous degree before this?
Sir, it is BTech
BTech.
only, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Sir.
Okay. Fine. Fine.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Next.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Satyendra Dattatreya.
Okay.
Yeah, I am BTech manufacturing engineer.
Okay. Manufacturing. Okay. Fine. Fine. Fine.
Sir, my name is Bir Pratap Singh. I am taking manufacturing engineering.
Oh, manufacturing. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Good evening,
Yeah.
sir. My name is
Yeah.
Ranjit
Please. Please.
Singh. I'm from Antech Manufacturing Department.
Okay. Yeah.
Good evening, sir. Myself
Good evening, sir.
Abhishek.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a MTech from mechanical.
Okay. Mechanical. Okay. Fine.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Nand
evening.
Kumar.
Okay.
I'm doing. I have done BTech in manufacturing engineering.
Okay. 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 Fine. Fine. Fine.
Good evening, sir.
Oh, yeah. Good evening.
Sir, myself
Yeah.
Bhargav Male. I have done BTech in manufacturing engineering.
Okay. 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 Fine. Okay.
Hello, sir. I am Sunil
Yeah.
Gupta. I did my BTech in 2012 from NIFT, Ranchi,
Okay.
in
Branch.
manufacturing engineering.
Okay, man. Okay. Fine. 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 Okay. 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 Everybody completed. Okay. Fine. Fine. Good. So the thing is that see, I am basically from computer science background. I did my BTech, MTech, PhD in computer science. So I don't know, means this machine learning. If you want more time or more explanation, please ask me. Okay. Because as you are all from manufacturing background, if you have any doubt or any time, please stop me and you please ask me. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, we'll go slowly. We'll not hurry. We'll go as slow as possible, and I will try to make you people to understand what I am trying to explain. Okay, fine. So can you able to see my slides?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, good. Okay, so I told, see, in this slide you see supervised learning. So what we are trying to do is that you see there is something called as known data, which is nothing but we are giving an input model to a computer, telling that this is banana. We are repeatedly telling with huge amount of data, maybe 1000 or 2000 images we will give to computer, and these are all bananas. We are training to this model. So once it is done, what we are trying to do is that a new data is coming and we are giving a new data is a banana. So this computer will tell, this machine learning model will tell that it is a banana. Okay. So in supervised learning, what we have to have a understanding, or the point we have to understand, is that we will give the data along with the label for training, which is called as supervised learning, and after that we will do the test. In unsupervised learning, what you can see here, see, you can understand very well. See, there are three types of fruits we are giving here to computer. The computer will try to differentiate each fruit pattern. It will try to understand with its own logic and algorithm, and it will try to cluster it. See, these people are belonging to this cluster. The banana is belong to one cluster, and kiwi is belong to another cluster, and another maybe a mango or something like that belongs to another cluster. So here we are not telling in unsupervised learning, we are not telling or we are not giving label to the computer. We are simply will give the, simply will give the group of images. Maybe for example, group of images, see, I want to group it, a group of images of girls and boys I am giving to the computer model. The computer will try to recognize, our computer trying to cluster it or group it. So these are all belongs to boys, these are all belongs to girls. So during this clustering process, there is a chance that one group may sometimes one will go interchange, one will, maybe a boy may go into the group of girl. That possibilities are there, you know. So the thing is that what we have to understand, a bottom line of this supervised learning and unsupervised learning is that in supervised learning we will be giving extra information to computer when we are giving data. In unsupervised learning, we are not giving any information other than data. We will give the data, computer will cluster it. If supervised learning, we will give data along with the label, along with some added information to differentiate or to differentiate two different classes. Okay. So you can see in this slide, provide the data to the system will do the rest. So that is what in unsupervised learning is mainly is for clustering. Unsupervised learning mainly is for clustering. Okay. So now we are coming into reinforcement learning. Now we are coming into reinforcement learning. You see here in this example, in this slide, what is there is that the input is banana, and what the
Sir,
computer is telling is, yeah, please.
actually we are on same slide, type of machine learning. I don't know if the
Oh,
slide is
sorry.
changing.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Now.
Yes, sir. Now we can see.
Okay. Fine. Okay. So this slide, are you people seen before the supervised learning slide? Okay,
Now we are.
I will repeat. Okay, in supervised learning, we will give the input data along with some added information. That is called as, that added information is called as a label. Okay, so this data and label will be given. For example, banana images, we will tell this is a banana, or features. Some features we will take from banana and we will give to the computer this is banana. For apple, some features we will take, this is apple. And after that we will be testing, we will be giving an actual image of something, and we will ask whether what is this, what this image belongs to. So it will tell it's a banana. So in supervised learning, we will give the data with label. For example, now you can see unsupervised learning slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you see, this is what I was explaining before. What we are trying to do is that here we are trying to give a group of fruits pictures to the computer. Computer will try to put it in a clusters. Banana will be in one cluster, kiwi is in another cluster, maybe mango is in another cluster. So so we are not giving, except input in this input data, we are not giving any added information to the system. We are only giving the input data. The computer is trying to classify, computer is trying to group it. It says different group based on some model, mathematical model. So I see what the computer is telling. I can see some pattern. Means, see, if I see, okay, I am giving some 4 different type of fruits to one kid. I am asking you, please group it in different 4 different baskets. So that kid will try to group it based on some color or shape or whatever he is understanding. So similarly, unsupervised learning, we will not give any extra information to the system. We will only give the input data. The computer itself will try to differentiate the pattern between one image and another image, and it will try to group it. So those groups are called as clusters. Okay. Next, we will go to reinforcement learning. Can you see the slide is changed? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, you see in reinforcement learning, what we are seeing is that we are giving input as a banana, and the computer is telling it's a mango. But in between somebody is giving a feedback, no, it is banana. Then what it computer is doing? Okay, I am changing my understanding to I noted. That's what computer is telling. Computer learns in the fourth image you can see it in fourth image bottom it is written that learns. That means it is trying to learn. Yes, it's not a mango, it's a banana. And when I am giving input to after learning, when I am giving input to the computer, it is telling it's a banana. That means in supervised learning, after training, there is something called as one model file will come. So that model file cannot be changed, or it can that model file is not an adaptive model file. It will, and in unsupervised learning we will do only clustering, only we will do grouping of any images or signal or whatever. And in reinforcement learning we learn something, but after some time we understood no, that is wrong. What we thought is wrong, so we are changing our mindset or changing our thought process, and we are updating itself. Every time we are updating based on experience. So reinforcement learning is like a based on machines test. It based on the test, during test it will learn itself, or it will based on the experience it will try to change. So those change or those experience are based on from it mistakes also it can learn. It can learn from its mistake also. So from this mistakes when it is learning, so when the next time the input is coming, it can give a right information. So next, let us go to the difference between supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Okay, in supervised learning, what normally we will do is that we will use a labeled data, and it will simply will after we are giving a labeled data, we will test that system. So it will directly will give the feedback, or it will give the output. Simply in supervised learning, it will directly will give the predicted output. In unsupervised learning, there is no feedback. It tried to find the hidden structure in the data. Okay, so it try to looks the pattern, different pattern, and it will try to find the hidden information from that pattern, and it try to give the feedback. It try to give the output. Try to give the output. So supervised learning is a labeled data, unsupervised learning not labeled data, and it gives a direct feedback. Supervised learning will give the direct feedback. Unsupervised learning there is no feedback. It is in supervised learning it predicts the output. In unsupervised learning it tries to find the hidden structure in the data. Based on the hidden structure, it will try to group it. It will try to put it in a different groups. Those groups are called as clusters. Those groups are called as different clusters. Clear? Supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. At least the definition introduction is clear for everybody.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Now you can ask, sir, I have one problem. So what machine learning solution I have to use? Which algorithm I have to use? Should I go for supervised learning, sir, or should I go for unsupervised learning, or should I go for reinforcement learning? So it is completely depend on your application. Based on your application, based on your problem. Okay, based on your problem. See, if the data is a categorical data, then we can go for supervised learning method. Categorical data means either this or that. If the data is, we can have we can put it in a different group. For example, different clustered data. Clustered data means, for example, somebody can play football as well as cricket. Somebody can play only football. Somebody can play only cricket. Somebody will not play. So like this kind of problem, we can go for unsupervised learning. For example, if something we have to exactly predict whether there is an event or no event. So that kind of a categorical thing we can go for supervised learning. If we want for some clustered kind of problem, we can go for unsupervised learning. And there are lot of machine learning algorithms are there. Supervised learning, unsupervised learning machine learning algorithms are there. Supervised learning machine learning algorithms are there, and some reinforcement learning machine learning algorithms also is there. And the thing is that if I want to go for a machine learning, we should know whether I really want machine learning. If I am able to solve it with some thresholding technique, or with a mathematically, if I am able to differentiate with one and other, then we no need to go for a machine learning model. If there is some overlapping between one another, for example, the decision is overlapping, we are not able to conclude properly, then that kind of situation we can go for machine learning. Then what is the difference between machine learning and deep learning? Yeah, in machine learning, what we are doing is that we are either giving a labeled data or unlabeled data. A deep learning is also a machine learning model, but in the deep learning, we will be using lot of neural networks, or a neural network architecture, a deep neural network architecture, which will be finding the solution by itself. But when we are going for deep learning kind of application, our volume of data, or our data should be huge amount of data is required if we want any proper deep learning prediction. So that is why present days they will call something called as big data. So like some image pre-processing kind of techniques are there for image processing. Similarly, for machine learning, what we will do is that whenever any data comes, we will clean the data before feeding into any machine learning model or machine learning algorithm. This cleaning process is called as data pre-processing. So that is what the present days they will tell data scientists. So these people will be handling mainly on data, how to visualize the data, big data. Big data means, for example, see, I can tell you, one of my PhD scholar was working in she was working in Amazon. So she was working on a big data. What kind of big data they are using means Indian Railway ticket booking data. They are trying to predict that how much booking will happen in this time. So you can think about the volume of data. So huge amount of data is required for deep learning, because if we are not having that much amount of data, our prediction will overfit. It will lead to errors. It will lead to error. Okay. So okay. The next one. See here, this slide you can see the right machine learning solution for when output is categorical, yes or no kind of output, then we can go for supervised learning algorithms. If there are in supervised learning algorithm, what we will get is that we will get the classification either yes or no. In unsupervised learning algorithm, we will get regression. So what are the different types of supervised learning algorithms? Decision tree, naive Bayes, random forest, logistic regression, and KNN. So these are all supervised learning algorithm. And what are unsupervised learning algorithm? Algorithm which is mainly used for regression, which is linear regression. So okay, the right machine learning solution, clustering. Used the data need to be organized to find the pattern in case of the product recommendation. So kind of unsupervised learning. So it's a see, for example, clustering is a kind of unsupervised learning, and the examples of clustering algorithms are K means clustering, and Amazon, Flipkart, and all uses clustering techniques. Okay. Minute only. Yeah, 1 minute. Please give me 1 minute. I am just seeing your syllabus. Okay. So from this chapter, I am just dictating the possible questions which can come from this chapter. You people can note down. First one is the define supervised learning, and what are the difference between supervised learning and unsupervised learning. This just I am just telling possible questions which can come for your which I can ask for exams, and how the reinforcement learning is different than normal supervised learning and unsupervised learning. How the reinforcement learning is different than the supervised learning and unsupervised learning, and how machine learning is different than traditional programming. How the machine learning is different than traditional programming. So that I think I have shown the one slide. So here you see this slide will give the answer for that. So in traditional programming, we will be giving rules and data to input, and the output will be the answer. In machine learning, normally we will give answers and data, the rules will be the output. Reinforcement learning. Okay. So hope everybody is able to understand what I am explaining.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next maybe next class. Can you people tell next class when is my next class?
Sunday, sir.
Sunday. Okay, Sunday I will try to take one or two reinforcement learning algorithms, and I will try to share the slides which I am taking in the classes. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Fine. So how can should I mail to anybody? You have to give mail ID. So how can I share these slides?
To Abhijit, sir. You can share to Abhijit.
Okay, I'm sharing to the Abhijit. Then he can give to everybody.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So I will stop here. Then we will. I am going to start again on Sunday with one more algorithm. Sunday 10 o'clock. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So can I end the meeting?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.